and welcome to the first DayZ Spotlight of 2018. This one's a re-record. As all of you who know me on Twitter know, I absolutely fucked up the last one. I didn't record my own voice, so all you would have had was over an hour of the one, the only, Chernarus' resident psychopath, DannyBoyy. How are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How's things?
Yeah, not too bad, mate, not too bad. Just come back from a big holiday overseas. So, yeah. Refreshed and ready for 2018, my friend. What about yourself?
I don't know so much about refresh, but I'm ready for 2018.
Booyah. I reckon it's going to be a good year for you, mate.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good year for everyone, man.
Fingers crossed, in beta we trust.
In beta we trust.
Okay, so without further ado, mate, let's find out a little bit more about you. How old are you, buddy?
I am 38 years old.
38 years old, or 38 years young. And family?
Yep, I'm married. I've got 2 kids, a boy and a girl, 8 and 10 years old.
Being a dad's awesome, isn't it?
It is awesome. Stressful, but awesome.
Do you play many games with the young kids?
Yeah, we got the football and that. It's easier for my boy. Also my girl likes to do like dancing and ballet and that sort of stuff. But
What, and you don't?
yeah. I dub my hand every now and again.
Alcohol induced?
No, I don't do that. I'll end up breaking a leg or something.
I have to ask, do your kids watch your channel on YouTube?
No, I don't let them.
Do they even know you do videos?
They ain't got an inkling. I keep denying it, but it's still too young, I'd rather they just found out later on when they're older or something like that.
When they're able to handle the mental trauma of watching their father torture and maim people.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's kind of like, what's Daddy doing to these people? Do you know what I mean?
And what do you do for a living, mate?
I am a soldier in the British Army.
Thank you for your service, brother. Have you ever been deployed overseas?
I have. I've been to Afghan, Iraq, a couple of exercise tours like Jordan, Falklands, numerous
Falklands?
other countries. Yes.
You are an old fart, aren't you?
It wasn't during the war. It's just an exercise.
Okay.
It was a 6-week expedition back in. Well, it was a few years ago actually, but it's bloody cold, man.
Yeah.
Horrible little island to live on.
The motherland asserting its sovereignty over the Falklands.
Yeah.
And do you have any other... Sorry, what was that?
It's a strange one. Been so many miles away from, the motherland.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have any other hobbies outside of gaming?
I used to do a little bit of like boxing and kickboxing when I was younger.
Yep.
Not so much now. It's pretty much gaming. I read a book every now and again. Other than that, just chilling, working, get home from work, chill, maybe a little kick around with the boy or something. But
Yep.
No real hobbies as of now.
If you're into good books, mate, good series that I reckon you might like, The Undead, starts with day 1, and it's based in England as well, which will probably appeal to you, but it's based on an eclectic bunch of people who are surviving a zombie apocalypse.
Was it called The Undead?
The Undead by R.R. Haywood, I think his name is. I'll send you a link. I might even put a link in the description to the video as well on them. They're up to about day 22 now. It's quite a good series. My favourite character in it is an autistic soldier named Dave.
An autistic soldier named Dave.
Oh yeah, Dave is awesome. Yeah, that once you read one of the books, mate, you'll understand why I love Dave so much. He's fucking amazing, absolutely hilarious. It's all mainly based around a shopkeeper called Howie, but he just rounds up a bunch of people, and yeah, Dave is the most awesome of the lot of them. Former Special Forces, and he's autistic.
Okay. Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
It's pretty good. You can get them on Kindle. They're all quite cheap, a couple of bucks per book. I think it's about $5 for the new ones, but yeah, definitely worth a read if you're into that sort of genre, which I'm imagining most of the people listening to this interview will be into that genre, so yeah. Okay, so what is the origin of your name, DannyBoyy?
Nothing really special. I mean, my channel used to be called Super Dan, like back in the day, and phone. That's my phone. 1 second. Yeah, at the time I thought it was a good idea to call myself Super Dan, but then when I used to introduce myself as Super Dan, I just kind of curled up and died on the inside. It was such a cringy name. So I ditched that name and went on to DannyBoyy.
But you've still got the Super Dan logo.
Yeah, I'll change it eventually.
No, stick with it, mate. It's good to remember your roots. Unless of course someone out there wants to design a new one for DannyBoyy.
Advertising now, are we?
Hit him up on Twitter. Link in description.
That's cool, man.
Okay, so who or what got you into gaming?
I mean, I was always into computers ever since I was like a kid. Nothing really got me into it. I mean, I used to play like the old style, like VIC-20 sort of games where you used a little spaceship at the bottom of the screen, you move left to right, and you have to shoot the blobs at the top of the screen, sort of thing.
Space Invader style games, yeah.
Yeah, those sort of games. And then I used to play like football manager games back in the day. And as a kid, you thought they were really good at the time, but it kind of got boring after a while. It's just the same thing year in, year out.
Yep.
And can't say there's anything that actually got me into games other than I enjoyed playing them since I was a kid.
What was your first PC? You said a VIC-20?
It was a VIC-20, yeah.
Yep.
I think that came out in like the 70s or the early 80s or something like that.
Something along those lines, yeah. Mine was a Commodore 64.
I think that was mid-80s.
So what is your favourite game of all time?
Favourite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Such a great game, man. Terrific storyline, characters.
I think pretty much everyone's played a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they probably have, but you just can't beat Final Fantasy VII. Bit dated now, but great game. Great game.
Okay, so why did you start creating content for yourself?
Why? I don't know, mate. It's kind of like I started off making like Guild Wars 2 like PvP videos, and then once I got bored of that game, I got introduced to DayZ by a friend I was playing with at the time in Guild Wars, and I don't know, kind of got into it. Started watching some videos on YouTube. I was watching all the Frankie on DayZ and that sort of stuff. Yep. Thought I'd make a couple of like my own PvP videos, which were really bad back in the day. I've probably deleted those now, I think. I don't know. No, I just kind of turned into a bit of a hobby, really.
Mm-hmm. It is quite a cathartic process at times, sitting back and editing up your videos and that. Yeah.
I think I also found with especially with DayZ, it's so rich of content. There's so much stuff going on at the time, like different storylines and different interactions. Everything's different every time.
What recording software do you use?
I use OBS.
Yep. And editing software?
Sony Vegas 14.
Sony Vegas, man. What is your best video that really stands out for you that you've done?
It's probably one of my older ones. A video called Alone. It's basically about a lone survivor who kept meeting random survivors in Chernarus. And every time he would meet somebody, they would die. So it's kind of a case of every time he met someone, they would die, and he was getting really depressed by it.
Yeah.
And I think that one probably stands out for me personally. It's not one of my best edited videos or best quality ones, but personally, that's probably my favourite.
Yep. Okay, so make sure you check out Alone if you haven't seen it already. I'll try to remember to put a link in the video right now for it. Did you play the mod?
I played a little bit of it. I played it after I played Standalone, though.
Yeah. They're like me then. I dabbled in it, like a handful of hours, but Yeah, standalone's pretty much been my sole experience of DayZ.
Yeah, I just found it's like a watered down version of DayZ when you play the mod after you play standalone. I should probably done it the other way around first, really, but I enjoyed it. But I like standalone better.
So what is it about DayZ that makes you love it so much?
Everything, really, man. All the encounters, all like the mind games that go on, like between you and a different survivor. Like anything can happen. That's the beauty of the game. You don't know if you're going to get shot 1 minute and will betray the next minute.
Yep.
Or if you have like a really good heroic moment another time. Anything can happen.
If you could add anything to the game, what would it be and why?
I would add more gore, more realistic blood.
Why?
It's a weird one. It's a bit weird when you see like blood squirting out of somewhere, but it's just they're dangling in midair for me at the moment. Sometimes it's kind of like ruins the feel. Sometimes it's kind of like I see where you died, but your blood's just there, but your body's not, sort of thing. Sometimes
everything seems to be an arterial gusher at the moment.
Yeah. No, maybe a little bit more gore, maybe just to spice things up a little bit.
It'd definitely spice your videos up, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So who is your favourite DayZ content creator at the moment?
I wouldn't say I had like a particular, spot on favourite DayZ content creator.
It can be it can be several if you want.
I mean, Mr. Moon's like a standout one. His videos were, outstanding. I think everyone can agree with that one. It's just I don't know, everyone's got their own styles, their own ways of doing DayZ videos. I mean, I like them all. It's just, I don't know. Mr. Moon, Frankie on PC and that sort of stuff.
Yep. Anyone who, the current generation of people still making content who really stands out for you?
Fubar Bundy, man, hands down.
I love Fubar. Man. He's such a nice bloke as well.
I can believe it. But the way he does his videos, the editing, everything he does about it, the banter, brilliant. Yeah. Love it.
It's his quality of editing that I think is so integral to why he's been so successful. There's plenty of people creating funny sort of content like him, but he just puts so much effort into each video. It's refreshing to see.
I know, man. It's great. And his little what was it? I can't think of the word. His standout saying with the bitch. It's great.
Yeah. And you always feel like such an idiot trying to say it because you can never get it quite the way he says it.
Exactly. I already do feel like an idiot.
Status reports. Do you read them? And if so, what do you think of them?
I read them. I probably don't read them as often as I should be. I think the status reports are important. People should read them. Looking at myself. No, I mean, I think any game should have like a status report so people know, especially a game in like alpha, so people know what's going on with their game, what's coming up and what's new and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't think much to him. I don't read them as often as I should do. I didn't read the last one. I probably will read it eventually, probably in a few weeks down the line when I'm sat around doing nothing. But no, they are important. People should
Shout
read
out to Septic Falcon here, mate. He's always a good watch. If you don't have time to read it, but you're sitting down having a cuppa or a smoke or whatever, just make sure you subscribe to Septic Falcon. He usually does a video within 24 hours of each status report, addressing the highlights of it.
That's right. That's what I usually tend to find myself doing as well, just watching this video so he can read it to me. Yeah.
Okay, so what, if any, advice would you give to the dev team if they happen to watch this video?
Advice to the dev team?
Yeah.
No, not really advice, man. I wouldn't say I'm qualified to give them advice, if you know what I mean. All I really say is keep doing what you're doing and just, don't listen to the haters.
Yep. What is your biggest gripe with DayZ?
The melee combat system, but I know that's going to get fixed in 6.3 soon.
It's a bit of a shit fight at the moment, isn't it? A bit of a crapshoot. You just run in circles around each other swinging.
Yeah, it's just when you got a stick, which is probably one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, it's kind of like, yeah, I'd rather just run away, I think.
Yeah. Taking on someone who's got a bloody axe or something and you can still knock them out.
Exactly.
What are you most looking forward to in DayZ? And you can't just say 0.63.
Okay. The new player model looks
Yep.
really nice and smooth, especially with like the transitions from crouch to standing to going prone and that sort of stuff. It looks really smooth. It's going to sort out a lot of problems from what I've seen
Yep.
with the current player character build.
I love that video they released showing the guy laying on the ground and just aiming around him and rolling as he's doing it. That to me just looked amazing. That's going to be a big changer for the game.
Yeah, it looked really good as well.
It did. Okay, so on a slightly different tack, what are you looking forward to the most in regards to modding once they open it up?
Okay, I would like to see more modding to weather effects, like the rain, actual storms and that sort of stuff. If it's if the tool pack's got the power to do that'd be nice to see.
Yep.
Wind. See if wind has an effect on the direction and how bullets travel. That'd be interesting as well. I mean that's realistic.
A lot of snipers would have to rethink their game if they put wind in as a factor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think weather effects would be a game changer.
Yeah. Has your style of play changed at all? If so, how and why?
Style of play as opposed to now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, when I first started playing DayZ, I was a very much shoot on sight, kill on sight sort of person. PvP, going Northwest Airfield, and it kind of wore off in the end. I ended up trying to do a bit more interactive stuff.
Yep.
Which is probably what you see now.
Interaction is the key to DayZ. PvP, you can play any game. A lot of people are playing Escape from Tarkov now. That's all about PvP. PUBG, all about PvP, but DayZ, it's just a little bit more. That said, the PvP is still very rewarding. It's pretty much everything's on the line unless you've got a good base. But yeah, it's definitely about interaction for me.
Yeah, I think when 6.3 hits, I'll probably go back into doing a lot more PvP.
Yeah,
depending on the player model and how PvP works.
How many people per server do you reckon they should be going for?
100.
100?
For sure. Yeah, I think the map's plenty big enough to have 100 people on the server. Easy. And there'll still be plenty of space for roaming around freely.
100 people for you to massacre, mate?
Yes.
Okay then, rapid fire questions, mate. Say the first thing that pops into your mind. You ready?
I'm ready.
Favourite long range weapon?
Mosin.
Least favourite long range weapon?
SKS?
Favourite auto weapon?
M4.
Least favourite auto weapon?
AKM.
KOS?
No.
First person or third person?
Both.
Favourite server?
Underground, Gents of Nova.
Favourite place on the map?
Can't remember the name of the place. It's the little broken down church just south of Guglovo.
Public or private servers?
Private.
Everybody says private, mate. No one seems to enjoy the public servers these days.
Yeah, public's just, a kill fest, really. That's what it is.
Yeah. More hackers on public as well. Most of the hackers, the more well-known communities all share information about known hackers and dupers and glitches and stuff like that, so you're less likely to encounter them on Doug and Gents of Nova on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now for the best part of the interview, the questions from the viewers. And the first question is from Wolfgeist, who says, love DannyBoyy, but he wants to know, did you feel bad for the child of Chernarus?
No, I didn't.
You didn't even have to think about that.
Nah, I didn't feel bad. I rarely feel bad about any of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Makes me a bad person, I guess.
Have you ever felt bad?
I think maybe I've almost changed my mind once or twice, but I ended up just going through with it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what the hell?
Okay, the next question is from Cam Can't Run. Good old Cam. What was your most regrettable kill?
Most regrettable kill?
Yes.
Oh, I can't remember his name now. I think it's from the fairly recent vid called Monster. It's an English guy I met.
Yep.
He's a real cool dude. And yeah, I did the deed and I felt really bad after, but I didn't regret it.
And he also wants to know, what's your favourite meal?
It's vindaloo.
A good curry. How stereotypical of Pommy and his curries.
I know, I love my vindaloo, man.
Scorching hot or just hot enough that gets the sweat going?
Oh yeah, hotter the better, man. Hotter the better.
Awesome. Okay, Jock McScottish comes in with DannyBoy's vids are brilliant. Keep them coming. He wants to know what inspired you to create this murderous character.
It's an interesting one, really. I mean, a long time ago, me and a group of friends of mine at the time, we chanced encountered into Mr. Moon and his crew at the time. I think it would have been like Mr. Blackout, you know, those guys from back in 2013-14, and they was like, you know, going strong in DayZ. And we ended up going like a little adventure with them to the top of this hill just outside Electro. Made a bunch of fires and they barbecued us all, really.
Yep.
And that was it was a small clip of it in one of Mr. Moon's videos. You can see me there just getting all tied up and I'm about to get barbecued on top of this fire. But it's weird at the time because I was a little bit, you know, starstruck at the time. I thought, oh wow, it's Mr. Moon and his cronies. And it's kind of like, I watched that video and there we were and I thought, oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some videos or try to do some videos like this.
Yep. So we have Mr. Moon to thank for your reign of terror.
Yeah, you can probably say that.
What is your favourite memory of playing DayZ? He also wants to know.
Favourite memory? I've got so many. I think it was when I was playing with my buddy Logan OV, and we bumped into Soda Kite, or Chelsea, as people might know her, and it was probably one of the funniest and most ridiculous adventures we ever went on. Mm-hmm.
He also wants to know, what is your favourite drink to go with Vindaloo being your favourite meal?
Okay, it's a cider, probably Magnus.
Magnum cider.
Oh yeah.
Okay, DayZ new account wants to know, did you kill animals and dissect them as a child?
No.
Did you even use a magnifying glass on bugs?
No.
Fair enough then. So no psychopathic tendencies there.
No, I think we did we dissect. I think everybody dissects an animal when, you know, science lab when they're at school or something like that.
No, the poor old frogs.
Yeah, that's about as far as it goes.
Yep. Okay, the next question, before I get into it, I want to give this guy a shout out. It's HaroldPalmer YouTube, HaroldPalmer YT. You really need to follow this guy on Twitter, on Instagram, and sub to his channel on YouTube if you love DayZ art. He has just got an absolute... I'd love to have him follow you around one day when you're doing your murdering scenes. The artwork he does with screenshots is absolutely phenomenal. Very, very underrated, very talented guy. Yeah, definitely check him out. If I remember again, I'll try to put some of his pictures up now just so people can see what I'm talking about. He's amazing. Now,
yeah, I've seen quite a few of his screenshots, and yeah, works of art, man. Works of art.
They are. He manages to make a beautiful game look even more beautiful.
He does. He really does.
Now, he wants to know, would you ever consider doing videos solely in first person? He understands why you do need to use third person, though. Love the editing. Keep up the great storytelling.
Yeah, I will make videos in first person. I've got no reason why I'm not doing videos in first person right now, other than it's, I think, more pleasing to the eye, third person.
Your little running montage after you've, as you call it, done the deed would be not as dramatic, I don't think, in first person as it is in third person.
Yeah, I think you can't really do that first person. It loses its edge a little bit, I guess. You need that angle and that that character just jogging along the road after he's done something bad.
Yeah. Okay, my good mate Uncooper comes in. What do you think makes an interesting and compelling maniac for you, the viewer, and the person being tortured? He says it's very easy to just get annoying or mean, but you always seem to keep the antagonising of a victim on a fun line.
No, it's entirely individual. I mean, everyone can probably just make up their own psychopathic character, but I like to keep mine just calm and collected. No trash talking.
Yep.
Maybe every now and again just give them like a little one line, like, look into my eyes, let them know that they're going to die. And it's basically just to get the reactions out of them, really. I mean,
Yep.
At the end of the day, all those videos, they're stories about, not me, about other people and what they go through. It's about them.
He also wants to know, what are some features you'd love to see in DayZ in general and pertaining to torture? Personally, he says he can't wait for dragging and stuffing people into cars and their trunks and so on.
That would be amazing, right? Dragging a body into a trunk.
Yeah, driving it halfway across the map.
Features rise. No, I said it before earlier. I think just a little bit more gore. Make it a bit more intense.
Okay, Adventures of Twig. Are you ever afraid of someone recognising your voice and then doing to you what you have done to so many people in your videos?
Oh, Twig and Cam should know about this because they did the deed to me a few months back. But
yes, they did. I was watching that stream. I was most disgusted in Cam.
Those naughty buggers. But no, I'm not worried about it. I'm hoping it does happen soon. It would make for an interesting encounter.
Yeah.
On both behalves, really. It would be good to have a little bit of karma against myself. Yeah, it's going to happen one day, and I hope it happens soon.
Okay, Cello Fellow. Do you realise how helpful you are to the people you kill?
I wouldn't say I was helpful, I guess. I mean, I usually take them on like a little bit of adventure and show them some things which they say they don't know how to do. I mean, almost everyone I meet always says they're a new player to the game. I never believe it.
He also says, what reasons set a teaching moment off other than glitches, defensive, revenge, or DayZ laws being broken?
Say that again, sorry, buddy?
I think he's referring to the teaching moments as in you ending up killing the person, but is there anything that triggers you doing that to someone?
Not normally. I mean, a lot of people I do bump into they always do the apple glitch, so that's usually a thing for me.
Yeah. People
who know me know I hate the apple glitch, so it's just one of those things. If you're going to do that in front of me, expect to get tied up and die.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it depends on the person and the character and how they portray themselves in game, really.
Yep.
The more dickheadish the person is, the easier it is. And, if it's generally a nice guy, the harder it is.
Now, this is not a question, but he just wants to say, keep the videos coming. Each person has different responses, and it is entertaining to see the interaction with the betrayal. So I have to agree with him there.
Yeah, it's all about the reactions of the other character, the other person.
Okay, final questions. There was a notable absentee from the questions this time. Usually barely infected always has one, which brings me to my next question. When are you going to get barely infected?
I think that'd be impossible to do. I mean, we usually recognise each other in game anyway, and even if we did recognise,
have you had a run-in with him in game?
A while ago, once or twice maybe. I think once was up by that's one of the military camps. I can't remember. I was doing a social experiment with a cyborg lizard.
Yep.
And I started talking, and he was like, "Oh, hello, Danny." I was like, "Fucking hell, Rene." I think he was with FT at the time as well, but yeah.
For those who don't know, one of my favourite quotes of anyone about anything to do with DayZ is Renee talking about DannyBoyy, and I think the wording, don't quote me exactly on the wording, was, "He makes my heart hurt."
We can't all be friendly players, man.
Exactly, mate. It takes all sorts to keep this game interesting. That's why I love the interaction side of it, because you just never know what you're going to meet.
Exactly.
So yes, if anyone out there can help DannyBoyy, it would be a great video, I think. Danny getting Renee. I just don't. I don't know whether you could do it, because Renee is truly the nicest guy in the community.
I'm going to put it out there now. If somebody can get him tied up, just message me on Twitter where to go, and I'll meet you there.
The hunt is on. Okay. Do you have any plans for a new series where you're doing something different to the usual psychopath you play?
No plans, but I do plan on doing some different stuff during 2018 for sure.
Yep. Any hints?
No hints. I've not really given any thought to it. Just I would personally like to do something different.
Yep.
Yeah. Not sure what, but it's probably, I don't know, interaction or PvP.
Now, being a former soldier myself, I understand the allure of DayZ to the military mind. Do you find it's a great way to just escape after a day's work and just forget everything and immerse yourself in Chernarus?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like a little escape from reality, I suppose. Especially from the work side of things as well. You can just forget about things, go on a little adventure in Chernarus, and then do that for a couple of hours, chill out, do some PvP, kill some people.
How did you react to the news of 0.63 being delayed?
No, I didn't really react at all, man. I'm not expecting anything off the dev team. All I really care about is the finished products, which I know they will deliver.
Yep. Who would you most like to collab with?
That's a very good question. There's quite a few people I'd like to collab with. You, Boydie? That'd be a good one.
I don't think I could trust you, mate. I honestly don't think I could trust you. I'd be non-stop looking over my shoulder. I'd be afraid to even drink or eat around you.
Nah, I don't work like that, man. Whenever I do that stuff, I always do it on my own. If I'm playing with buddies or something like that, it doesn't work like that.
I'll have to get you for one of my. I'm going to be hopefully bringing back my interaction series. Don't know if you ever watched any of those videos. Might have to try and get you in for a couple of them, mate. Where pretty much the premise was I'd always stop the video at a point where you didn't know what was going to happen next. And God, I had some good interactions. It was a really, really fun series.
No, I did watch one of your interaction vids. One that stuck to my mind was when you were running after somebody and you shouted out hello or something like that really loudly and scared the shit out of them.
Yes, those two. There was 3 guys I met in Starry Savoy.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah, that was good. They were English lads as well. They were really good value.
No, it was good. It was a good, funny, entertaining vid. I enjoyed that one.
That's what I love about DayZ, though. You can, just normally in most games you just shoot the person, but I couldn't help myself. I just had to run up there and how close can I get to this guy before he sees me? And I got bloody close to him, scared the shit out of him.
Well, no, blew everybody's ears out in the process.
Yeah, I should have put a warning up for headphone users. Okay. What advice would you give to people thinking about buying DayZ?
People who haven't bought it yet, I would say wait until 6.3, or maybe even wait until the game's completed and then you get the full package. I think people who bought the game and been put off it like straight away, I would say just stick at it, give it a chance, get your kill on site, PvP out the way, get that wear off, then start interacting. Oh yeah.
Yep. In your opinion, is DayZ going to be the game you hoped it would be when you first heard about it?
Personally, in my opinion, it already is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a massive playground for your mind. You can just go around, just fuck with people, mess with people's minds.
I love that description of the game, mate. It's a massive playground for your mind. I love that. That's very... Yeah, it's not the most poetic description, but it sums it up very well.
Yeah, it's probably the best way I can probably describe it. Really, you can do whatever the hell you want.
You're pretty much only limited by your imagination.
Exactly.
Last question, mate. What can we expect from you in the future?
You can expect a few more baseball bats, me roaming down the road after I've done a deed. That's not going to stop anytime soon. I enjoy doing it.
Yep.
Sometimes the people I do it to, usually I get a message sometimes and they enjoy the encounter too.
That's good.
It's mainly it's usually quite positive as well.
Honestly, mate, I can totally understand that because for me, there's nothing worse than just dying from a bullet. I don't mind dying, provided there's something more to it. And I imagine that for many of the people, particularly those who have stuck with DayZ since day one, the fact that they're getting a different sort of interaction to just a random bullet out of nowhere, KOS kill, is so rewarding and makes them fall in love with the game even more.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating than just dying on the spot.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen the dude and he's seen you first,
I know a lot of people love sniping, but I prefer to be more up close and personal. Try to have a conversation with the other person at least, provided they've got a mic. Don't get me started on that though.
Nah, I get it. I mean, it is quite frustrating as well when you get servers who don't allow that, kill on site sort of stuff, and they ban people for doing that. That should never be banned. It's part of the game. It should always be.
You always need KOS. As much as I don't like it, you need it because it adds the tension to every encounter. You just don't know if this person's just going to turn and shoot.
Exactly, man. It takes away the feel of the game if you're not, if you're going to get banned for KOS. It defeats the object.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of contradicting myself, aren't I? I say how much I love the interaction and hate KOS, but I understand that there's a need for it.
No, there is a need for it. It's a massive part of the game.
Yeah.
Without it, you wouldn't feel so uneasy about it. Roaming around, going on a little adventure. Especially in first person, man.
Oh, yeah. First person elite. Danny, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me this morning, mate. Hopefully when I go back and check this recording, this one has worked out. We did a test beforehand, so it should all be good to go. Mate, all the best for the future. I hope 2018 is as awesome for you as it deserves to be. You're an absolute legend, mate. You, Cam, Twig, some of the rising stars of DayZ at the moment. We're ever going to see you streaming?
I'm going to dab my hand probably in 2019 when I've finished my job.
Yep. You retiring then, are you?
Yep, that'd be me 23 years done.
Wowza.
That's me moving on.
Wowza. Well, thank you once again for your service, mate.
You're welcome, brother. And thank you too, man.
No, you're more than welcome.
Been a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next Spotlight interview is going to be on the one, the only, the Keemstar of DayZ, Septic Falcon, always bringing you the news, every status report. I don't think he's going to like being called the Keemstar of DayZ, but hey, got to get a shit stir in wherever I can. Danny?
He'll be a good guy to get as well, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Oh. God, could you imagine Keemstar in DayZ? Let's get right into the KOS.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you.
All the best, mate. Ciao for now.